Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Naked and Afraid. Yes, this is a reality series. I'm not sure what channel this is from, what network this is from. It's another reality show. So what we get here is from 2013 to 2024. That is not the complete amount of years for this series. I think it started in 2013, but it only has a few seasons here: 11, 12, 14, and 17. And there's a handful, 24 episodes, 11 episodes, 13 episodes, and 12 episodes, and a whole lot of blurred bits. That's what this show is all about. You imagine, hey, we need you to could you come in and do some work? We need you to blur out certain aspects of this show that we're producing. Oh, sure, that the person they hired to do that's simple work. I get that. It's only usually a few scenes here and there. I'm sure we can take care of that. It's probably a news program. No, this is Naked and Afraid, and sometimes our episodes are an hour and 24 minutes long, and people are constantly naked, constantly. Even only so many people can like crop around. I mean, I should say shoot around bare parts, and yeah. So a lot of this stuff is just gonna be full frontal, full back, and at some point they just said, you know what, just show the butts. Just show the butts. So if you're into butts, this is a show for you. Regular people, regular butts. Nothing stylized, nothing fancy. This isn't a fashion show. It is just butts in the jungle or the desert or whatever horrendous terrain they throw two people into. I did something I don't normally do. I chose the very most recent episode in the series available on Disney Plus as compared to like the first episode, mainly because I didn't necessarily want to watch an hour and 24 minutes of naked people conflicting with each other but working together in the end to come through and survive 21 days in a jungle or some other horrid environment while naked and afraid. So the two people in the most recent episode season 17, it's not those people. They picked a guy who grew up Amish. Yeah, they're really just pushing the boundaries on this. He grew up Amish. He left. I also kind of picked this because I'm from Amish country. I was never Amish, but when you can go to Walmart and you see there's at the end of the edge of the parking lot, there is like a, I don't know, a row, just a row of hitches for the horses to hook up to. Yes, that's a thing. If you go to Pennsylvania and you go to Amish country, the Walmart, they go to Walmart, yeah, and they by the way, they're the wealthiest people in all of Pennsylvania. Just so you know. They know how to make good business with the hard work that they do. But yeah, they also still ride horse and buggy, but sometimes it has a boombox attached to it, depending on who's driving and if they're having their Rumspringa or not. Just anyway, the guy they picked, he was part of the Amish community, and he left and he moved to Florida. Although he still kept his faith, he's in a situation where he has to basically treat his family as if they never existed, because they are treating him as if he never existed. Religion, for the most part, is pretty awful to human beings. Just saying. So he, from what we could gather in this, he's married and he has a family, but hey, you know what? Why don't I go on a reality TV show and get naked in a Colombian jungle with a woman from Australia who's a fitness trainer? She's very fit. She is very vivacious. He's a bit more conservative, and she uses the term vivacious, so that's why it stuck in my head and why I used it. And so they're meant to have conflict. If everything went perfectly through the entire thing and they just got everything done and everything worked out perfectly, it would probably be an uninteresting show. Now, if they just worked together so well they built a small civilization in the jungle, that would be really impressive. I want to see that episode. But You're not going to have that. It's going to be two people who are naked. All their bits are blurred out most of the time. Again, sometimes they blur out the top of the butt crack, definitely the bottom of the butt crack, but sometimes, unless something's peeking through, it's just bare butts. And I'm talking about butts more than I have in any other episode in my entire series so far in this Disney Plus Everyday Challenge series, and I'm not apologizing. So they're going to show us butts. I'm going to talk about them. So beyond that, though, you have no worry about the kids seeing something that you don't want them to see if they decide to watch this. I do have to admit, though, that Mr. Conservative, in the presence of a really fit and fine-looking woman, he had pretty good self-control from what we saw. Again, a lot of this is all cut together in certain ways to make people look good or bad, and also the fact that they're not really alone. There's a production team on the other side of that camera. There's at least two people, because one person's running the camera, filming them doing whatever they're doing, getting the close-ups, getting the separate interviews, doing everything else. And then there's usually a producer behind that camera that is coordinating everything, helping to decide what to do with the shots and communicating with home base. And because the cameraman has to focus on the camera, just making sure they get the shots. They don't have to do logistics. The producer has to be able to move the story, move the characters in a certain way, because it's reality, and in order to get good shots, interesting conflict, conversations, feedback, and talking points. So yeah, eventually, well, not eventually, right off the bat, once we find out that, and I already forgot his name, he is from Amish country. It's the only thing he talks about. It's every single time he talks about anything. Oh, you gotta swim this thing? We never swam much in the Amish. Amongst the Amish, we would go to a pond, but we would not be in the water for very long or for a distance. I don't know about that. It just seems weird that, I don't know. Like, if you're not afraid of the water and you go in the water, is there a rule that you can't be in the water for really long, or is just the Amish jumpsuit just really weighs you down after a while and you can't go swimming too much, and you don't want to bury your body too much? Oh my gosh, if they knew what he was doing, they would definitely never speak to him again, which is just super duper sad. And for her, she's a little bit more outgoing. She's been single for a long time, and she's grown out of a youthful skinny phase where she kind of fought against the some of the names, the negative things that people would call her when she was young and skinny. So she just really bulked up, built up her musculature, and she's rocking that body. And yeah, it's he hasn't. But the funny thing is, they tell you, I didn't realize about this, they have ratings. They have the primitive standing, I don't know, whatever it is. It's their PSR, and but they're rated as to how they would handle themselves in the jungle or in a primitive environment while naked. And maybe you might, the world starts ending and you might be pushed out into the wilderness naked and unable to acquire clothing. You need to be able to know how to start a fire and catch spiders so you can catch fish. Big spiders, by the way. If you're squeamish about spiders, yeah, you're not going to like this. She was not a fan. So I'm not going to tell you everything that goes on in this, but it did satisfy my curiosity about this show. It seems like an absurd. I mean, it's good. It's good marketing, but it just seems like a really absurd concept for a survival reality show, because there's no shortage of survival shows, whether there's people who are professionals or they have somebody to prove or what. Now, hey, you know what? Survival show, let's make them all naked and have them pit them to either against each other or have them try to work together. And again, some people aren't given to drama, other people are. and I'm sure they were cast for these exact qualities in order to create the conflict they needed to get through 42 minutes on the short end. Again, there's other episodes that are an hour and 24 minutes long. I'm happy that I found something that piqued my interest and also was short enough to not have me blow an hour and a half watching blurred naked people. Yeah, this isn't. It's a reality show, so it's not my thing whatsoever. Because I know just how fake reality shows are, and even though it made for an interesting, conflict, it's not the kind of thing that I go back and watch again. So, if you're a reality show person, this is probably right up your alley especially if you're into human conflict, whether real or created. This might be something you might get a kick out of. For the most part, yeah, it seemed a lot of it felt really staged. Again, the way that the final part of this is that once they reach day 21, they have to walk to a certain destination to get picked up in a truck and ride naked. And that don't give them clothes for the ride home. It's still, I guess it's still on when you get in the back of a truck and you're filthy. I don't know, but they have to make it through that. And so what they do is they're like, hey, you know what? They have to walk through the jungle. There's lions and like leopards and panthers and whatever else, and there's giant snakes and all sorts of other scary things. So let's cut between shots we grab from National Geographic and them. Just, oh my gosh, there might be a leopard in the jungle, and there's never a situation where they run into a leopard. But hey, maybe other episodes they do. I have no idea. But they did run into what seemed to be a poisonous snake, but it was very tiny, and then they ate it. Yeah. So I guess you can eat them as long as you cook them, but don't let them bite you. You can bite the snakes. Thankfully, those big freaking spiders were not poisonous. And again, he's former Amish living in Florida, and she's Australian bodybuilder, not bodybuilder, but she's a fitness pro. None of them have any knowledge of spiders. I don't think this is part of the requirements. So they probably, again, that's what the producer's for. They go, oh, look, we found a crazy giant spider. Can we touch those? Okay, yeah, they can touch those. Like, they get the information in the earpiece. So, yeah. These things are finely crafted in order to give you 42 minutes worth of content. I'm cynical. So, no, I was gonna pick tomorrow's episode. I already know it because I had to pick it. I just saw it when I was looking at the home screen on Disney Plus. There is a new special leading up to, and I know we're going to get another special look about this movie. We're going to get, as we go through July here, Generations. It's called Generations, the evolution of Spider-Man. So I don't know what to expect from this, if it's going to go all the way back to its Stan Lee, Steve Ditko origins in the comics, or if it's going to talk about how Spider-Man's been depicted in other popular media. I don't know. I think it's like a half hour long or something. So I wanted to get that out of the way, because guess what? Tomorrow is officially the first full day of San Diego Comic-Con, which assuming nothing goes wrong, I will be there. Don't jinx it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna watch. Hey, Spider-Man will be there. Sort of. Yeah. A lot of people dressed as Spider-Man will be there. So tomorrow we're watching Generations: The Evolution of Spider-Man on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.